What's good, y'all? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm finna show y'all my 5 plugins that I can't live without. Y'all know me, I got some gems for y'all in this one again. There's not much more to say. Let's get straight into the video. Now, before we get into my top 5, I'm listing my 3 honorable mentions, which I didn't include because they are just essentials for everybody. First of all is in the Q. I prefer the Q3. Second honorable mention is the soft clipper, also a plugin that nobody could live without. I prefer the T-Rex clipper on these settings. And third honorable mention is just a standard reverb, so Fruity Reverb 2 or Valhalla Vintage Verb. If you're on FL, those 2 verbs are definitely something you can't live without. But yeah, it would be a little too easy to just name these plugins that everybody uses and everybody can't live without. But now let's get into my top 5 plugins that I can't live without and use on a daily. I just discovered this first plugin recently, and since I discovered it, I've been using it on every melody. It's called Specter by Waves Factory, and it's basically an EQ, but you can't cut, you can only boost frequencies. And if you boost frequencies, it kind of adds a little bit of warmth, a little bit of analog feel. Now this plugin really can do some magic if you just boost the lows, the body a little bit, around like 100 to 300, 500 hertz, and like the mids and the highs a little bit. You shouldn't overdo it, but it really adds that body that I can't even explain it. Like, let me just show y'all. So I got this melody right here. This is the main melody. Like, there's a huge difference. It really gives this melody like life, or just warmness, just fullness. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, this plugin definitely can do wonders for melodies. So yeah, let's jump right into the second one. So the second plugin is a reverb plugin, but not your regular reverb plugin. I discovered this plugin like about a month ago, and it's been my favorite reverb. I also use it on every melody, and it's just so good. Like, it's crazy. It's from Acoustica. So for those people who don't know Acoustica, they make the highest quality plugins after UED plugins. Now the cool thing about this plugin is that you don't have to buy like a whole big expensive plugin. You can just buy certain parts, certain reverb emulations for this plugin, and they go for like between $30 and $60, and they just sound so good. Like, the problem with a lot of digital reverbs is that the tail kind of sounds, you know, it doesn't fade out properly. It kind of sounds weird, and with this reverb, the reverb tail specifically sounds extremely good. So I personally got the L470 emulation and the Lime 16 emulation. Like, the reverb tail just sounds so good. Listen to that shit again. This definitely became an essential of mine over the last month. Also, another great thing is you can try out these reverbs for free for 1 whole month. So shit, there's not much more to say to this one. Let's get straight into my third essential plugin. Now this next plugin is probably the most known plugin on this list, but I still had to include it because it's definitely a big essential of mine. It's the S1 Imager by Waves. Most of y'all probably know what this plugin does. It just makes everything more stereo or more mono. Coolest part about this plugin is this asymmetry slider and the rotation slider, which you can both automate. If y'all watched this video of mine, y'all already know the power of this plugin. Most of the time I use this plugin on melodies to just separate different melody layers. Most of the time I put it on counter melodies. Drag the symmetry knob a little bit and then automate the rotation knob. So move this, and then I automate it to slowly go from left to right, so something like this. And doing this will give the counter melody its specific space in the mix, which lets it shine through much better. Yeah, not much more to say to this one. Let's get straight to the next plugin. So this next essential of mine is probably the most important plugin to me. I really could not live without this plugin. Like, the plugin that I would struggle so much without is Autokey by Antares, the company who makes autotune. Now, Autokey just does what the name suggests. It just tells you the key of the beat, the melody, whatever. And yeah, I really could not live without this plugin for two reasons. First of all, I always find out the key of the beat I make or the melody I make and then put it in the title. And second of all, I use this plugin to check how to pitch drums. Now, that might be a little confusing, so I'm gonna show y'all. So this melody, for example, is F sharp major. So it shows you all of the keys that are in the scale of F sharp major. So the most important thing to read out of this, if I make a beat, is if C is in the scale or not. So in this case, C isn't in the scale, so I do not want my drums to all hit on C because that will be out of key. So in this case, I pitched my hi-hat down to B because Autokey showed me that C isn't in the scale. Now, one thing you really got to take into consideration is that not every sound out of every drum kit is gonna be pitched to C. A lot of rim shots, claps, snares aren't pitched to C. So for example, this is on C because if I just check the pitch, this is D sharp 4. So probably the most important plugin on this list. Let's get to the last one. Now the last plugin is also a plugin I use on every single beat and melody I make. If y'all been following my channel for a minute, y'all know that I put this plugin on every master. Since I already did a video on how I master my beats where I showcase this plugin, but yeah, it's Goofus Master or Goofus Live. Goofus Live doesn't have any latency. Now for beats, nowadays these are my settings. If I use this on a melody master, I normally turn the recover and the tame down to about 12, 11 or like 14. I just turn it down a little bit. It's basically cueing the frequencies to sound better to your ear. It's kind of hard to explain. It just does its magic. Now that's it with this video. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Hope y'all found some new fire plugins, some new gems to implement in your production. Let me know in the comments what videos y'all want next. If y'all got any video ideas, subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Y'all already know that really helps this channel grow. So yeah, if y'all want to support me, make sure to do that. If y'all want to support me even more, make sure to check out my kits. First link in the description. Yes, sir. Hope y'all having a blessed day. I'm out.